Hello everyone, this is Venom, and we are here with another Destiny 2 video. Today I'm going to be talking about the exotic class items. Now, I'm here in the now half-built studio. I've got the soundproofing up right now. I'm still using my headphone mic until I do get that completely finished up. So right now, it's sounding a lot better. I am liking the way it's sounding now, but I will be happy to get back to my old mic, because I'm using a headset mic right now, and I just hate having it on my head when I'm talking. I prefer to use my old studio mic, but I can't use it until I get the soundproofing up, because it is way too sensitive. It's picking up everything. So until then, I'm using a headset mic, although, like I said, I am enjoying making videos again. So I'm going to be talking about the exotic class items and about the changes to the drop rate, to some changes I think Bungie could make to improve the drop rate. In some ways we could probably target some of the roles we want, because right now there's a 1 in 64 chance to get one of the class items you actually want, and there is no duplicate protection. And as somebody who got a duplicate on his third class item, and yes, I'm not kidding, the third class item I got was a copy of the first one I got. I was stunned because it was also a class item I did not want. But yeah, I think we need some kind of duplicate protection here. But first, we're going to start with the updates that Bungie is going to be making to the class item drop update. Now, this is from the This Week in Destiny from 7/25, before all hell broke loose with the layoffs. It says, the Final Shape introduced new exotic class items that could roll with some awesome perk combinations and enhance your prismatic builds. This has made them a highly sought-after reward, and has seen feedback from players that it's currently difficult enough to get drops to target the roles you want. Yes, it is very difficult. You can't target the drops you want right now. You can't. You can just try to get random drops, but there's no way to target them. Now, it says, to address this, we're currently targeting the following changes for early August. Increase the chances for drops when opening Overthrow chests. As you open chests tied to Overthrow activities, your chances will increase. Higher tiered chests get bigger increases to drop chances. This should decrease the amount of time it takes on average to get an exotic class item, but we'll be watching feedback and tuning further if necessary. Now it says reducing, and that shouldn't be reducing it from anything, but it says reducing chances from unrelated Pale Heart chests and free roam to encourage Overthrow participation. Increased chances stored up from Overthrow chests apply to Lost Centers and co-op missions that take place in a Pale Heart. Now, in case you didn't know, you can do like story missions and campaign missions and actually get chests out of the ending campaign mission for the Pale Heart. I have done that actually. I got one doing the thing we're doing a legend run on a buddy of mine, and yeah, I actually got an exotic class item out of it, so it was kind of cool. I did not realize it was literally any chest out of the Pale Heart, but it is any chest. Now, I liked everything about this except for reducing the chances for any chest not in Overthrow. I hate how Bungie always gives us like one cool thing and then takes something else away from us. We're already having a hard enough time farming these exotic class items. There's no reason right now they should be reducing chances from anything, especially trying to force us to do a certain activity to actually get these. So especially when it's something like Overthrow. I get it, you want to encourage Overthrow, but again, don't do that at the expense of something else that people want. That never worked. I never understand that, but Bungie's very notorious for doing that. So right now, it's again one step forward, one step back right now. So we'll see how the Overthrow chances actually look. I think right now it's about on average 20 to 40 minutes to get an exotic chest piece from farming chests. We'll see what that drops down to, if there's even a significant drop at all for that in the new update. It says, additionally, we're adding a weekly challenge for Dual Destiny. Players will be able to earn one additional exotic class item when completing this activity per week, per character. Subsequent completions will function normally. We're also aware of player feedback concerning the desire for these exotics to come from more activities outside the Pale Heart. Many thanks to all who've been giving feedback. We'll continue to monitor after the above-mentioned changes go live. So those are the changes that are going to be coming to the exotic class item system. I want to talk about a couple things regarding it. Now, right now, I'm not going to talk about how you unlock it, because I've already said my piece on that. I have no problem with the way you unlock it. I just want to talk about how you farm it right now, and how you farm it, quite honestly, is unacceptable. So my first idea for the exotic class items is that we need duplicate protection. Now that we've got loadouts, there's literally no reason that we need to have multiple class items with the exact same effects on them. Now, if this was an armor piece or regular armor piece, I would understand that they have different stats, so that would work for different builds, but class items don't have stats naturally. They only have the stats we get from maxing them out and from whatever mods we put out there, so there's literally no reason to have multiples of the exact same class item. Just change the mods in it. If you don't want to, for some reason, use your loadouts. If you've got all 12 of your loadout slots, maxed out, and you somehow don't have room for your exotic class item, okay, oh well, swap the mods on there. I highly highly doubt that you've got 12 different loadouts with the exact same class item. So there's literally no reason that we need to have multiple of the exact same class item. So I say give us 100% duplicate protection. Once we get a roll, as long as we've got that roll on our character or in our vault, then we should not be able to get that roll to drop again until we get rid of it. So let's say we get rid of one by accident, fine. Let that class item go back to the roll pool. Let it go back to the pool for class items we can get. But once we've got one, get rid of it complete. Not 50% protection, not 80% protection, not 99.9% protection. 100% cannot drop while we own that class item. There's literally no reason we should be getting multiples of this. And there's no reason that Bungie should be making it harder for us to get additional rolls for it either. So that one shouldn't be a hard change. Again, we'll see if we get something like that, but that would be a change I would love to see. Next up, a way to actually target the effects we want. I think when we're farming the exotic class items, if we are wearing an exotic that has an effect that can drop in a class item, we should be able to get a guaranteed drop with that effect on it to pop up with the class item. So for example, let's say I want to hunt out the Gerfalcons, okay? I've got to actually wear the Gerfalcons, and when I pick up a class item, it should give me a class item with Gerfalcons and some other perk in the other column. I think that would be an awesome way to form out some of these combinations. I think that combined with the 100% duplicate protection, granted, we would still have to farm for 8 different perk combinations, 8 different rolls, but that would be a way we could go ahead and farm for the ones that we want. Now, granted, again, we've still got to get the exotic 8 different times, up to 8 times, I should say, but that would be a great way to go ahead and try to farm for the ones we want. Or we'll say give it a 50% chance. I'll be 100% fine with a 50% chance to get the perk that we are wearing for that exotic. I think that'd be a good idea to do. Now, with the 100% drop protection, I think that would be a very, very good system. Again, I don't know if Bungie's going to give us something like that, but I think that'd be a good way to go. Okay, next up, let's talk about Dual Destiny. Let's face it, when we were able to get 2 class items out of Dual Destiny every single run, that is what made it worth it. Now, I am happy we're going to be able to get 2 class items on your first run each week for each character. Honestly, I think they just need to make it 2 across the board. Just make it 2 across the board, then you don't have to worry about getting 2 of the same class in there. Just make it 2 across the board. Each time you run Dual Destiny, or maybe even 3, make it worth it, because right now it's really not worth running Dual Destiny. Granted, yeah, the 1 per week, that's fine, but after that, it's not worth running Dual Destiny when you're trying to farm these things. It really is not. Even if you've got a really good team, it gets really boring running this over and over again. I personally would much rather just farm out the chest and Pale Heart than doing Dual Destiny over and over and over again. And I don't need a partner to do it then either. So, Dual Destiny should give us multiple class items each run, no matter what. Or, and this is another thing you do, give us a legend version that gives us 2 to 3 every time we run it, or something to where if we complete it quick enough, we get 2 to 3 class items, not just the one. So something else to make Dual Destiny itself worth farming, because as of right now, unless we got the glitch back where we can get 2 each one, then it is not worth running Dual Destiny. Again, this is my opinion. Granted, we're running it every once in a while, helping out a buddy. That's one thing. Some people might like running this over and over again. Personally, it got old for me after about the 10th time running it. Let's talk about the Pathfinder next. Now, as of right now, once you've got it unlocked, you can actually get 2 Ergo Sum rolls per week by doing the Pathfinder for the Pale Heart. I think not only is that an excellent idea, but I think we should have the class items on there as well. And again, it should be 2 per character, not just slot to your account. So right now, you see I've got 2 Ergo Sums I can get this week. They should add on the class item for that as well. So as you're doing the Pathfinder, that would be a guaranteed way that you can just passively earn these class items as well. Now, here's the thing. I don't just want it to be 2 per week. This is an issue I've got with the Pathfinder. The more you do it, the less rewards you get. That is a very backwards concept. Typically, the more you do something, the more rewards you get, especially when you're doing it in a row. For example, when you were doing Vanguard activities, the more times you do that activity in a row, I can't talk right now, the more experience you would get. It should be the same thing with Pathfinders. The more of these you do, the more rewards you should be getting. So I think after about the 2nd or 3rd one you get, we should be getting guaranteed exotics every single time. Maybe give us a chance for the first couple Pathfinders we knock out a week, but by about the 3rd or 4th, start giving us guaranteed drops of the exotic class item each time we do this. As of right now, I think after we do the Pathfinders like 4 times or so, we're just getting like regular world drop gear. Like it's not worth doing it at all. So you really only do it like the first 3 or 4 times, and then that's it. You don't got to worry about Pathfinder again for the week. Make Pathfinder worth grinding, and do that by giving us the exotic class item and dropping from it. Now, let's go back to Overthrow. Now, Overthrow, I do like. It is a fun enough activity. It's one that even though it's been out for like a month something, I still don't mind going in and playing it. I do like getting different rolls of the Ergo Sum, and I think, and this is something I actually thought would be how it worked when it came out. I actually thought the exotic class item would drop with the Ergo Sum at the end of the Overthrow activities. I think, again, adding in the exotic class item as a guaranteed drop for doing Overthrow would be a good way to go with this. Again, we get the Ergo Sum, a very strong, very awesome sword. I don't see any reason we shouldn't be getting the exotic class item with that as well, too. Because to me, they kind of go hand in hand. They're both kind of prismatic, guardian-specific weapons and items. These are like tied to prismatic. These are tied to the Pale Heart, tied to the Traveler, and what we can do now as guardians. I think that they go hand in hand. I think we should be getting Ergo Sums and the class items at the same time. Well, let me know what you guys think. Now, keep in mind, I've actually cleaned out a lot of the class items I had in my vault, and I still have not done a lot of Titan forming for this one, but you can already see I've already got almost a full page of class items. This is going to be very crazy once I get all of them, if I get them all. Now, I think we can come up with a better system for the class item. I think either we need a different vault that's just for our class items, that literally just has maybe like an 8x8 page that has all the class items and just kind of plugs them in as you get the different combinations. Something like that, or set it up to where as you get different combinations of the prismatic class effects, you can actually swap out the effects instead. So let's say, I've got a Galanor and a Coyote roll. Let's say I go over to a different one. I can swap those over to, you see I got your Falcon and Galanor then. I can then use that combination of effects. So let's say I got Spirit of Galanor and I've got Spirit of Falcon and I've got Spirit of Galanor and Coyote. I would then be able to just choose that combination on the class item. So do something to where we can actually just swap out these effects like they're mods, because these are going to take up a lot of bank space if you do end up getting all of them. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of people actually that are trying to farm for every single role. I'm not personally, just because I already have an issue with bank space as it is. I'm not one of the worst people with it. With issues with bank space, but I definitely am having some issues with it. I don't want to fill it up with just a bunch of class items. Now, I do make build videos, so I am going to have to get a lot of them, and I would prefer to not have to waste all that space, but that's what it's looking like I'm going to have to do for a while. So I think something better for us storing these class items could be in the works. I think that's something that Bungie could work on. Give us just a class item vault, or make it to where we can like pull it down from collections. I mean, this is a collection item that would be easy to pull out. Just give us like a page that says, hey, this is your exotic class items. And again, give us like an 8x8 square that just has all the different class items plugged in, and you can just pull out the one you want. You don't got to worry about stats, because the stats aren't randomly rolled. It's a class item. You don't got to worry about those. I think that'd be an easy way to take care of this. Next up, we've got the Grandmasters. Now, if you do Grandmasters on a regular basis, you know that at the end of it, you usually get a lot of stuff, including 1 to 2 exotics every time you finish it. I think we should be adding in the exotic class item to Grandmasters and Nightfalls in general. I think that one of the exotics you should get should always be, after clearing a Grandmaster, always be a guaranteed class item. Now, maybe not necessarily with the regular Nightfalls. Maybe go ahead and lower those chances just like you would the regular weapons. But I think at the end of a Grandmaster, one of the exotics you get should be an exotic class item. If not, it should be one of the exotics that you can roll in there. Now, there's a lot of exotics in the game, but that's why I said think we should just make it guaranteed that we get an exotic class item. That way it makes it a little bit easier for that as well. You don't have to do just stuff in the Pale Heart. I know people want to do stuff outside the Pale Heart to earn those class items, so I think that should be a way to go about that. Next up, I think there should definitely be some way you can earn the class items with PvP. Now, I'm not sure how you would go about doing that, whether it be like a chance it could drop for like winning a match or something, or whether you could earn tokens to buy them. But I definitely think there should be something for PvP players to where they can earn them as well. Now, they could do something to where you can get some of the more popular PvP roles, like something like Ophidian, stuff like that could drop in there. I don't know, but I do think that there should be some way that PvP players could go ahead and earn those class items too, without having to spend all their time on the Pale Heart. Now finally, this one might be pretty obvious, but I think we should be able to unlock more class items here at Master Raoul. I mean, you can get exotic Ingrams easy enough. I definitely think we should be able to go ahead and focus some exotic class items here. This one seems like it should be a pretty obvious one, and honestly, I think it is. This will be an easy way to give us a way to use exotic Ingrams and a way to get more class items fairly quickly. I mean, I personally have got a stock of a few exotic Ingrams in here. I haven't used, I don't plan on using any time except just to get rid right over on full. So yeah, let us use our exotic Ingrams to turn some in and get some as well. You can even make it to where you got to use 2 exotic Ingrams for 1 class atom since we get 2 effects. I'd be totally fine with that. So give us another use for the exotic Ingrams, because right now we're actually starting to not have much for use for them once we got what we need. So those are my ideas for the exotic class atoms. Like I said, those are some ideas I got as to how to farm them, as to what I think Bungie should do as far as things like storage, as far as focus farming. I doubt, obviously, that Bungie's going to heed anything I say. I'm a small YouTuber, but if you guys like some of these ideas, maybe we can get the word out to some bigger YouTubers, or get the word out to Bungie, and maybe we can get some of these ideas implemented. I mean, I especially think some of the stuff like putting in 100% duplicate protection, that's not something that should really be too difficult, and I don't think it's too extreme. Now, stuff like, being able to swap around effects, yeah, that's more of a novel idea that I had, but I definitely think the duplicate protection should be something that we have and that we should be able to try to get Bungie to do. So, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please leave a like on the video if you like what you saw today. Please go ahead and sub to the channel if you love what we're doing, and I will see you all on the next video.